Hello everyone, my name is Dharma Wijaya from Indonesia, and I just completed my master study last year at Tsinghua University, Beijing, China. And right now, I think this month I just returned back to Beijing and started working as a junior architect in here. So during my study, I have been participated in a lot of competition. It's not only architecture design competition, but also an art installation competition. I think my design philosophy is quite simple. I believe that architecture is standing in the middle between human and also nature. That is why it should bring a connection between man and their environment or their context. And this philosophy is as simple as that. It's not so unique, and it has already become the trend, which is so good for our future. And this kind of philosophy actually so old too. I think it's aligned with the Hinduism philosophy called Trihita Karana, or in Chinese philosophy called 天地人和 or 天人合一. So I think that Eastern people actually share a lot of common perception toward nature and also built environment. And I really interest in that kind of philosophy and try to make it as my design approach. As an Indonesian, I'm really proud of our traditional architecture. I choose Bali this time. It's not only because it's very reachable from my hometown, but it also contains Bali is contain a lot of contradiction that I need to explore. Bali is a very traditional island of tradition, but at the same time, it is a world class tourism destination. So that they're going to be a conflict between modern and also traditional, which is very interesting to me. As you can see in my thesis project, it is the first time I actually do what I want to do what I like to do. The design is mainly based on Balinese philosophy, which I already mentioned above. Is a Trihita Karana. It's a three principle, three harmony principle, a harmony between gods, man, and also nature. And I really enjoy every moment during my research, uh, the village mapping process, and also the process to translate this kind of this kind of abstract idea into a more tangible architectural element. And you can see at my composition in the design is try to emphasize the space permeability, the space transparency through composition. And for the aesthetic language, I try to follow the concept of clarity of structure and also the truth of material. It means that uh, it aims to show, to exhibit a more honest building, expose their material, whether it's more natural material or man-made material like steel and glass. And talking about traditional fillets, I think traditional fillets have a power to talk about the past and the identity. And in the era when architecture should be built for the future, I think traditional villages around the world also deserve some future. We only need a time to find the future value inside of it. Since I was a kid, I have been fascinated with a 3D dimension object. I like to making paper craft. I like to folding some paper origami, stacking some Lego, and etc. I didn't expect that my earliest hobby actually so related so much to architecture. The paper craft is talk about composition and the origami is talk about structure and so on. What does architecture mean to me? It is always changing. I don't have any exact answer about it, and also it depends of what stage you are at. As I as I had just entered in the real world of architecture, I think architecture is not only an art of creating space, it also an art to waste space. So every decision need to be wisely done, and I think it need a lot of consideration and more collaboration with local people in the process. And architecture is not only owned by architect. Everyone has a portion to define what architecture is. That's all my answer. And again, thank you very much to Archiol for this uh, opportunity and award.